What's good, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy Javion, back again with another video. On this channel, I don't have a particular lane that I like to dive into. However, people have been more geared towards my shoe videos and my hat videos, just anything related to fashion. In today's video, we have a fitted hat unboxing. However, a little bit of disclaimer, I already opened this box. I just wanted to see what it was because I have a lot of packages coming in on the regular. I just wanted to make sure that this one was all accounted for. All right, let's hop straight into it. I was able to pick this hat up from neweracap.com. This is the sweet and savory collection. This hat is not available anywhere. I would have linked it down below, but there's no point in me linking it down below because you guys are not gonna be able to snag this hat anytime soon unless you pick it up on the resale market. Put this to the side. Now, I'm about to go ahead and open this up. This is the hat right here. Very reminiscent of a peanut butter and jelly. I picked this up because I just needed something different. You know, even though I already have a couple of tan hats in my collection, this right here was just something different that I've never quite seen before. I'll be sure to get a close-up for the B-roll for you guys. Purple underbrim, black sweatband. That's the way I like it. Let me go ahead and try this on. Perfect. I will be curving the brim, and I will be adding a little detail to this to give it a little bit more personality. Just in case you guys are wondering, the fitted hat that I have on today is a Cleveland Browns fitted hat. I picked this hat up from a local shop in the mall. I forget the name of it, but I'm pretty sure you guys can find this fitted online if you guys want to. However, this fitted came bare and bones. There were no patches on it. I myself was very creative and I cut out some patches of like spaceships and I cut the fire out just because I just feel like that detail alone just really sets the orange off. I was also able to put a patch right here and one right here as well. I just feel like the color tones make the hat hit very hard. Can't go wrong with the gray underbrims. Small feet, big heat, you know, she just goes crazy. She gave me a lot of inspiration for this video and I just wanted to shout her out. If she ever sees this, just know it's all love. I mentioned earlier in the video that I would give this hat a little bit of personality. And if you guys guessed correctly, I will be putting a patch on the side of this hat. I have a full tutorial on my channel of how to put patches on hats. It is one of my most viewed videos. Actually, it is my most viewed video to this day with 11,000 views. Me being a smaller channel, 11,000 views is a huge deal to me and I really appreciate it to everyone who liked that video and commented and actually gained something from it. So let me go ahead and reach in the box that I actually grabbed the fitted out of. Although I didn't get this patch from where I got this fitted from, I went online and just started searching and you know, I just found something that I really feel like would hit hard with it. So this patch is a Lakers 2020 championship patch. You know, nowadays, you know, fitteds aren't really valued as much unless they have a patch on the side. Most of my fitteds do have patches on the sides and I've gotten to the point where I need the patch on the side to fit it. You know, I'm not saying that fitteds without the patch, you know, are, you know, no good, but the ones with the patch just do a little something. It just hit a little harder when they got some on the side. So the materials are pretty simple. You guys don't need much for this tutorial. You're gonna need an iron, your pat, and you're gonna need something thick. You know, maybe a towel, a pair of sweat shorts, a shirt. I recommend something thick, you know, that way when you're making contact. So when you iron this patch on, you gotta hold it in place with your hand. Now, if I were to hold this in place with my hand, with the patch right here, and try to iron this, I will burn my hand from the inside. So that's where your towel or something thick comes into play. You simply put the towel or your pair of shorts, sweatshirt, whatever, you put it in the back, you put your hand right there, that way you got something nice and fluffy to hold on to, and you don't gotta worry about burning your hand because you got something that's gonna block all that heat. You feel me? I've made that mistake before. That's why I made that mistake before. I made that mistake before, and I don't want to see anybody getting hurt because, you know, hey, shit happens, man. Let's get straight into it. All right, first you guys are gonna want to center your patch. So you're gonna make sure that this is like lined up perfectly where you want it, because once you put it on there is no turning back. I want to place it to the point where it's not blocking any of the ventilation holes and it's not down too far, but I want it centered perfectly. So right now I need to take the time to make sure everything is on point, because once you put this on there ain't no turning back. I think I'm satisfied with the placement of this right now. So right now, I'm gonna place this underneath, secure it with my thumb, that way I don't lose the placement. Come back with this hand, and you know, just in case it was skewed just a little bit, you know, fix it again, you know, no harm, no foul. I like the way that's looking right there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on the area and I'm gonna work my way to the top. Me, I like to start in one corner and work my way gradually to the other side. So right now I'm about to start where my left thumb is, and I'm gonna work my way up to where the NBA Finals logo is. You wanna hold it in the area for about 10 to 15 seconds, you know, checking it moderately, that way you're not burning anything. These things are pretty good about heat, so you won't actually burn this patch, but you know, why risk it if you don't have to? So just hold it in place for about 10 to 15 seconds. And I promise you this thing will stick. There's an adhesive backing on the back of this, and once it's activated with glue, it's gonna stick to almost any surface. So we're getting somewhere. I'm about to speed this up, that way you guys aren't bored to death. And put a little water in your iron, that way it get a little steam on it. Make sure you guys put that towel underneath. If I didn't have a towel right here, my hand will be burnt. Get those corners. You really want to go stupid hard on the corners, because sometimes the corners get frayed. I almost burned the corners to a certain extent with a cigarette lighter, but that's just worst case scenario if they just won't stick. Hold it in place for about 10 to 15 seconds, and I promise you it's gonna stick. They can be a little stubborn at first, but after a while, you don't got no choice but to adhere. And sometimes it's so hot that it actually comes unstick. So what you want to do is just pat it down with your hands, but be very careful, because this is very hot. You're just gonna press down on the area that you just applied the heat pressure to. Just work your way over. This is very hot, so you guys make sure you're careful with this, okay? So right now the hat is pretty much bonded all the way, so it's cooled down just a little bit. It's still kind of hot. Oops. It's cooled down just a little bit, so right now I'm just gonna press into it, you know, just give the edges, you know, a little bit more love that the iron can't really get to. So for those stubborn edges that don't want to quite stick, you know, like in this area, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get a lighter, and I'm just gonna lightly fan it over. That lighter just do a little bit more work than the iron does. Just make sure you guys are being careful when you do this, okay?